Hello people watching the stream, the VOD of the stream. Something interesting that just happened was I just got a notification for my own stream in a different tab. Funny YouTube. Thank you, YouTube. I didn't realize I was streaming. Apparently, a lot of people over at the Demon Souls Reddit are freaking out about Demon Souls Debug. I'm not gonna lie, I am actually really excited myself because, like, I was super jumpy setting things up. I was like, yes, I must hurry up and set all this information so I can get into it. I did a little bit. I was like, yes, this is exactly what I wanted. It's a dream come true. Gosh, it's been so long. I really wanted to explore this, you know. I wanted to make hold on a second. You'll have to let me know how the audio is. And well, I mean, you'll have to let me know if the audio is good in terms of my voice over the music. Now, I wanted to maintain the music for a reason. And, I guess while more people come in, if people come in, I'm sure someone will see the stream eventually and they'll join, but I'll explain why here in a bit. It's kind of important, at least for me, with Demon Souls and emulating it, because of how CPU intensive Demon Souls is and the fact that it very annoyingly duplicates frames internally, so it causes audio stuttering. That's essentially why I have to have in-game audio off, and the only thing I can have on in terms of settings are sound effects, or not sound effects, sorry, music and voices. But like if you're in the Nexus or if you're just like in Debug, that doesn't really matter usually. You know. I'll hang out a little bit. Do let me know in chat, by the way, if you are here. Decide, I'd like to know who all's watching. Not that I'm so fixated on exactly knowing who all's watching. Like, you can lurk and stuff, I don't really mind. I was just wondering if anybody's actually coming to see or not. I'm pretty excited about this, so I was wondering if other people would be also. No, sorry. Person, I'm only streaming this on YouTube. YouTube's my primary platform. I'm sorry if it would be better for you to be on Twitch. I can't really have anything to do with Twitch, though, with my circumstance. Not because I'm banned or anything, but because I probably would be banned if that were the case. And, like, I know Gibbed streamed on Twitch a long time ago and stuff, and, like, people stream things like this, like, with Dark Souls, but, with me, that's kind of a different story. Alright, hey, Hollowed. So, I want to make a note, first of all, before I get into this. I will have music in the background, like, even if kind of quiet, I will still have it, because where I'm emulating Demon's Souls on RPCS3, because it's super CPU intensive, and my CPU that I have right now isn't the greatest for emulating Demon's Souls, particularly. So, and combine that with the fact that Demon's Souls has internal frame duplication, it causes severe audio stuttering. So, as a result, I have to keep sound effects off. However, I can leave music and voices on, because those don't tend to stutter as much. Well, they don't stutter, rather they just crack a little bit because of the CPU usage. But overall, it's not that bad. Oh. Astry's telling me that, he's having playback issues. My stream health is actually apparently healthy. Are you having problems, Hollowed? Because it could just be Astry. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah. I mean, it might just be him. Alright. Thank you, Hollowed. I appreciate it, by the way. Let's see where we're at in my playlist. I have a playlist of music going. I got a few songs before I reach White Rabbit by Jefferson Airplane, which is potentially copyrighted, so I don't want to get claimed. Hey, Josiah. And yes, I can tell it to you by your profile picture. Glad you came to watch. Yeah, I'll be getting into it in just a second once I make sure everything's all good with the stream and enough people have seen it who would like to watch. I tried to keep my programs and usage other than RPCS3 at a bare minimum to minimize usage of hardware. Some things tend to be a little bit jumpy though, so I can't really be for certain. This actually was a real pain to get working, by the way. The debug menu itself, actually. Because, like, I had to, well, I figured out exactly what was the problem, and, but I probably wasn't actually going to get anywhere initially, because the way I was trying to convert it was Gibbed first released the source build for the debug, where you would have to, like, manually build the tools and the configuration with, like, Visual Studio, which I'm unable to do because I can't install Visual Studio, so that's red flag number one. But, yeah, it was just a little bit more complicated. But then, today, actually, earlier, he released the actual build of the debug menu. Or the conversion for it, rather. So, yeah. Hollowed, you probably don't have to nuke people's notification. But I mean, hey, whatever, you know. Do whatever. Astry says he's fine now. I'll get into it in just a minute. This is actually going to be really beneficial to a table I've been working on for Demon Souls. And let me tell you, finding addresses without easy ability to change them and knowing what they are is a real pain in the ass. Especially if, like, you don't know what the value type is and whatnot. So, I'm gonna be happy to be able to do that. This will make it really nice, actually. And there's all kinds of stuff. If you watch the informational video I made about it, because some people were talking about, like, doing PvP in the Northern Limit, for example. I made a video about it recently. I'm not sure how many people saw that. But I went over exactly what the debug builds, and not just for Demon Souls, this applies to all games that have debug builds. But, what exactly it inclines. My mic isn't exactly the best, also, Jill, so that could be part of the reason why. I don't really know. I will say, I'll tell you what, well, I was going to say I was going to start at the end of that song, but I accidentally restarted, so I guess we're just starting now. Alright, everything seems to be in order anyways. Actually, I just remembered I wanted to have music. So it's not like bare bones. It will be really subtle though, but otherwise a lot of it would just be like dead silent, you know? 1 second. Where do I want to start in my music playlist? I need to try to pick the most non-copyright section, which would probably be a bunch of ambient mixes from Yume Nikki and like Mario Galaxy. Hold on a second. Do not want to do that. Okay, how about this? I have an idea. Is there a... There is. Hold up. Before I actually do that, can somebody clarify, didn't Nintendo, like, start copywriting music from their games and videos? I can't remember. Okay. Just as a small secret between you guys and I, use AdBlock. But don't tell anybody I told you that. It's our secret. We'll have Mario Galaxy music in the background. It's alright. He's going to pull a Phoenix ride on me. I mean, I'm not recording this. I guess we'll just have to wing it, you know? Though I could do from something else. I'll do it that quiet. Maybe not. Sorry for making you guys wait. Alright. I think that might be okay. Now, I will say one last note. There is an unknown issue I have been having for a while now where my PC will just reset and it will reboot. I can't make any promises, but it happened earlier already, and usually it only happens like once in a span of time, but I don't want to jinx it either, so I'm just going to hope for the best. Alright, we can actually get into this. So, first and foremost, this is the main menu of the debug menu. I will go over what each of them does. Well, some of them, I can't exactly show everything, but I'll give kind of an overview. Let me actually see what we have going on. Alright. I don't know if I want to do push to talk for this testing. Did that even register? It does, I think. Okay. Anyways, so we have, well, this is the root of the debug menu. There's the model viewer. In Dark Souls 1, the actual debug release of this game, the port of it didn't have a functioning character model view list .load list file, so it crashes. But this one is functioning because I think there's a lot more data for debug settings still left in the game. But essentially what you can do with this is it allows you to load any model, whether it be a part, an object, or a character. And with characters, it lets you play all animation IDs that accompany them, or in files. For that, where was I? Should say character on the abbreviation. These are all parts. These are the characters, aka the enemies of the game. We have all of these. I included. Question. Do you think I should? Do you think I should include the link to the Demon Souls master spreadsheet for reference in the description? I could update it because in the spreadsheet I included Illusory Wall's spreadsheet dump of all of the character IDs, so you know what exactly is here to look at. I'll just do that. I'll put it in the chat in case anybody wants it. In case anybody just happens to not have it. How's their performance doing, by the way, so far? Again. Let me do something. I wanted to disable cursor because I do a lot of obsessive compulsive things sometimes with the actual cursor. Alright. I was just checking. There's a resource. I actually want to have that open also. I don't have the dump of all of the objects, but I do know of some that are logged that are unused on the Demon Souls wiki dot. Namely the 3 weapons that aren't used. But yeah, that's a good reference tool. It's still building actually. Soup has been helping me with effects and small things, but Soup has as of lately been very busy with school and stuff, so he hasn't been able to really contribute much, but he has been really useful in this whole effort. Let's see what we have going on actually. I want to use some characters as examples. Okay. Yeah, fortunately I have labeled all of these characters that are unused that are in the files in red, so that's a good note. Something that I would like to look at is the crocodile actually. That is 1040. And so because this menu loads game data, hold on a second, stream should refresh in just a moment. Okay, there it is. Sorry about that. But because it's in the game files, it loads whatever exists. Well, not exactly, because some of these aren't in the load list included. Because the way it works is it doesn't load directly from the files, it loads from a separate file that tells the model viewer what it can load. It's pretty much like a text document that tells it what it's able to load. I'll look at and see exactly what it has. Let me see here. It doesn't have 1040, which is the crocodile. Sadly. I can edit that though, but I won't get to that now. It doesn't have 1070 or 80 actually, which are the male and female deers. Does it have 2040? I'll check some stuff. It does actually. Interesting. This should be the wolf warrior. So, as you might have seen from some of Gibbed's footage, when you load a model in the model viewer, it shows you the actual model itself in real time, which is really, really fascinating in my opinion. this could potentially have some audio that could stutter, but if you press X, well, I'm using a PlayStation controller, it plays the actual animation also in real time, and you can pan. This is it's pretty much the old hero, but in like a wolf form, if you want to call it that. But yeah, there's multiple animal types in this game that are like that. They're all equally as unique in my opinion. So you can cycle through all of his active animation IDs, including the ones where he runs. It goes in order. I don't think you can set the number manually. That scared the life out of me. I'm sorry. I didn't expect it to be that loud. By the way, be prepared for stuff like that, because that could happen. So yeah, these are just all of his animations. If I can get to his death animation somewhere. He also, his death animation is similar to the old heroes, if I remember correctly, because he like plants his sword on the ground and like howls. I think that's also what the old hero does, isn't it? Can someone confirm? It's not any of these. These must be just regular animations. Yeah, I won't spend forever on him. This is pretty much the overview of that character. But if you want to go back, you do... Sorry. You do L3 and R3 at the same time. And that takes you back to the list, where you can then load everything else. That's also in the load list. This should be the Bear Warrior, yeah. This guy. I like this guy quite a bit because he has a massive wooden club. Or at least I think it's a wooden club, unless it's like a massive, dried out, petrified piece of meat. It has a sword in it, it looks like. This guy is really cool, though. He has an attack animation, like a single, I think. This is really cool, actually, all this stuff. I think it's starting to get some audio stutter. Yeah, that's what the hyena one was also. Not the hyena one, sorry, I'll get to that in a second. Yeah, that's a good example. You might start to hear some audio stuttering because a frame drop. That's a big problem I have with Demon Souls, is the fact that its engine has built-in frame duplication, so if the game slows down, it duplicates the frames to compensate, which is one of the most ignorant design decisions graphically for a game like this, in my opinion, because, like, especially for, like, a place like the Tower of Laucher, where it can be pretty dense due to all the characters and stuff loaded in the same view. I have no idea why they chose to do that. It's terrible, in my opinion. It also makes playing this game with audio incredibly annoying, because it doesn't just slow down, it overlaps and duplicates itself several times over. Yes, that swipe attack. I won't spend too much time on the ones that have audio because of the... I also may reach a point where I will just mute the audio if there's like one of them that has too bad audio. The audio stuttering because of frame drops. Oh, cool. Yeah, it's the slug. It's the Pearlescent Slug. This guy is so weird. I've never seen him up close. It's like super bizarre. Oh, hey, is this Honey Hive Galaxy? Cool. Sorry if I'm spending too much time on one thing like the model viewer. I'm just really curious to use it and see what all's going on, because I have never used this before. So it's like a first time exploration kind of thing. Whoa. Oh. That was actually really bad. I might save you the torment of hearing that. If it gets to that point. It's a bear bug. audio like that. I want to look at the unused NPCs and maybe some of the crucial ones. Hey, Dragon Bong Smasher, where do I recognize you from? No, this isn't upscaled in resolution. This is 1280 by 720. But if you've seen any of the actual if you've seen any of the like, what am I trying to say? The perspective model views that I have created, the images for them. I'll actually post those again as a dump in the Discord if you want to see that. Maybe. I don't mean to spam, but it's one of the, because these are also not upscaled in resolution. It's just the direct model import, so they are all like that detailed. They're as detailed as you would think. Allow me to get those real quick. Like this King of Lant one that I just now posted. That one's not, the only thing I've done to that is smooth the model, but the texture and everything and like all the details, like the bump map, is completely original. The models just look really good in Demons. I have no idea why. And that's actually pretty impressive considering if you have actually looked at some of the models in Dark Souls 1, it looks terrible. Oh, you mean the ones in the Shrine of Storms? Yes. I can actually see if I can load those in the model viewer, but if I can't, I can also go to the Shrine of Storms and actually control them directly. Yeah. Let me check for that ID. You guys can request stuff, by the way, for this, because I now have access to all of it, like the push of a button, essentially. Except for the ones that aren't listed here. That's 3140. I'll see if they have it. They do. You're in luck. This is the Shadow Bird from the Shrine of Storms. 4-1, I think it is. It might be in 4-2 or 3 also. They have this star pattern if you've never seen them. I've actually looked at all these characters in the past, so I pretty much know what they look like already, but it has an animation for just flying, one for gliding, turning sideways. Other way again. Just soaring around. This is when it's falling. Or bird. Burb splats on ground. Getting hit midair. You know, the stuff you might expect from a bird. I think it's really bizarre that they put so much effort into just a bird instead of just like having it as a texture. So weird. It is a cute mob, I agree. Wait, it isn't? I could have sworn it was. Is Darjetty perhaps in chat? If that's how you say his name. This actually is the one from the Shrine of Storms, by the way. There are no other Hawks, like, character IDs in the game. This is the only one. It's called the Shadow Bird. Well, at least that's what Illusory Wall labeled it as, but I don't know what the actual name of it is. It's probably right there on the screen in Japanese, but I don't know. Oh, really? Wait, there's brown ones in the Shrine of Storms? I have never seen those. Are you sure? Hold on a second. I'll actually, I'll check the thing and see. It's really weird. No, I don't have those. I believe you though. I'm sure they exist. Yeah, I don't have those though. It's really weird. I mean, maybe Illusory Wall just didn't write them down here. They might actually exist. I mean, I'm sure they do. If you shot them down though, they can't just be a flat texture. Then that means. Oh, I wonder if this has the mobile version of the old monk. I can show that. 6031. Let's see. Oh, I can. They have it. This, for anybody who doesn't already know, is the mobile version of the old monk that doesn't have proper textures that it can load. But this, it was supposed to be like the actual monk that you fight, and not just like a character, a player character, whatever. So yeah, this is really unique. He was supposed to use his staff similar to just like anything that uses a staff. I don't know what I was going for. But yeah, he doesn't have that much animations. Oh. Oh. That's really bad. I'm going to I'm debating whether or not to mute the audio when I play those. I wish I could turn on the audio in the menu. That would be useful. Those are really bad. Good gosh. It's like eerie by this point. Okay. I think I spent a little bit too much time on the model viewer. I actually want to move on. So, for the other functions of this, we have map select, where you can choose to load any MSB in the game files, including the northern limit, which is these. This MSB doesn't have a working map, though. And in case you wanted to see these two right now, I'm sorry to tell you, but I haven't been able to load them properly because I haven't rebuilt the script files for those. I can do that. I know what the process is now. Previously, I didn't know, but if I tried to load them, they would just load infinitely. So I can't show you, but you can find plenty of videos on those on YouTube by Wolf anyway, so I don't think it's that great deal of a loss. Yeah, I can agree with that, Shadow. Or Gel. But yeah, that's pretty much what the what it inclines. These are all test maps. I can tell you, if I remember correctly, this one is like that massive enemy test map that has all the characters in it. Some of these are unused tutorials, but most of them crash, if not all, when being loaded. You can do an SFX test. Well, never mind, it actually doesn't have any function at all. Now, this is something that's been a part of every debug menu, and it's probably something that you would probably want to mess with if you were planning on playing with somebody else with debug, like on the northern limit, for example. And it has a built-in network modifier section where you can host your own session, leave it, or join one. And it's really nice, actually. But, you don't actually have to set up your own network. You can actually just play on the server of the game with the build, and you can connect at the same time. Of course, if you heard what I was talking about with the multiplayer area IDs of the place, like the northern limit, you'd have to edit memory for that, but that's a different story. So you can do a face gen test, which probably crashed just now. Maybe? I don't remember. Potentially? I get the feeling it crashed. Let me actually check RPC history's log. It's either loading a ton or it just crashed. Alright. One sec. I want to go to AFK because I'm not actually leaving, but I don't want to show RPC history itself, so. Quick restart, but it's like instantly that I can go back in, so not that big of a deal. CPU intensive. Ooh, it's bowl. What am I doing? How can I not remember that? Beach Bowl. I knew it had bowl in it. I don't know why I couldn't remember Beach Bowl Galaxy. I should feel ashamed of myself, dude. I love Beach Bowl Galaxy. I especially like the penguins of Beach Bowl. But yeah, that face gen test function would just do as the name implies. It just generates a character's face. A player character, though, specifically. And not anything else, because they're just static models. So yeah. Alright. We're back. Sorry about that. Alright. So, the last two, which are interesting, is you can go to the title list, and you can run the title functions that the game has, like the menu test and the the title, or you can run these reserves, which I'm not sure entirely what those are. But some of the most important parts of the debug menu is that you can use them in-game to do pretty much literally anything. And you can either go to the debug server, the From Software debug server, or you can go to the Sony Computer Entertainment server, which is the just regular one. Probably will not go to this one, as I accidentally just clicked it. Wait, what's it going to load, actually? What's different about this in comparison? I guess we'll find out. Now, I will say I have changed the settings for regular, like, in-game to where there's no sound effects, so it won't be stuttering here because it loads my actual settings. So this will be great. But yes, the debug menu is not just limited to the menu itself. It can actually, you can actually load the actual game itself, like as if you weren't in the menu. You might hear some slight crackling from the audio, but that's normal. I'll load my main profile. Now, there will be a really low frame rate because, like I said, this game is incredibly CPU intensive, and my CPU isn't good enough to handle it 100% all the time, but you'll just kind of have to bear with me. I'm not trying to play like 100% anyways, I'm just trying to show off the functions. So, where this menu shines quite a bit is you can access it in-game by pressing select if you're using a PlayStation controller. And you can load the menu. It loads the root first. You can change system settings, which include some of the man properties. I can't really explain those very easily. You can edit your trophy stuff, which I actually... Wait, what did I just have that as? Okay, yeah, probably, I don't know. But yeah, you can actually give yourself every trophy. If you truly wanted to, you could give yourself all of the trophies in the game. I don't really know why you'd want to. It'd be kind of cheating. It would take the you know, integrity out of it, or the fun. But I mean, if you want to. There are just different things, like this is the health bar for, I think it's a boss. This is boss effects, like floating health bar effects. But if you go to resource, wait, where is it? No. Game is where you mostly want to do it. There's quite a bit of functions in here that I won't go over all of, but I will be messing around mostly. You can edit these things directly. Some, like these are material types. Now, like I said, a lot of this is in Japanese, so you won't understand some of it. But the headers usually are. So that's beneficial. There's a network function list. I wonder what this inclines. I'm going to be, I think I'm just going to look through this and not talk as much about them, because I'm not entirely familiar with everything that's here. I've just used the Dark Souls 1 debug menu a lot. Interesting, those are our network settings. These are rendering settings. Ooh, group mask. I need that. Oh, cool. Will that boost my FPS? Oh, not really, because of the SFX. That probably boosted maybe a little bit. I don't know. Not really, no. It didn't boost anything. You can disable cutscenes? What? It's so weird. Well, now it's just me and everybody else. Group masks are great. I'm sure Copper would love those if he was watching. You guys probably don't know who Copper is, but that's alright. Oh, yeah. Where was that tab, anyways? This is like Mega Man-esque music. I don't even know what this theme is from Mario Galaxy. Calling tests. Oh, cool. That's pretty much the most important part of that. You can change corpse properties, by the way. I don't exactly know what that implies. One of these is coordinates. Objects insert and map insert, but no character insert. Strange. So where might I edit that then? You can, by the way. I could load cutscenes from here. This is the cutscene manager. These are blood messages, character cameras, rendering. You can, I'm trying to actually find the character insert. Oh, here it is. They included it in the character manager section. I have no clue why. At the bottom is, nothing. Oh, this must be me, actually. Is it? Wait. No, it must not be. Unless, that's specific to weapons only? No, okay. Must not be me then. It is something that has my character ID, though. These are the ones with the white circles are the ones that are loaded into memory. And you can, interesting thing about this is you can actually control the characters that are loaded in memory. Of course, you can't, like, control Thomas necessarily because he's static and just sits still. Though, not entirely. I could change his animation. I want to actually change his character properties, so where are, we're, trying to figure out exactly where the, oh, here we are. Yes, in case you ever wanted an alternate timeline where Thomas is evil. He is now evil, yes. Great. I am in here somewhere. Don't exactly know where. I actually want to return control to myself. Unless my values pertain to up there, but I genuinely don't think that's the case. Maybe they are? Frame rate. Bear with me. But yeah, you can open character params directly if they're loaded into nearby memory.
Hello again.
So Thomas can be a Black Phantom if you truly want.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to you, Thomas. I'm sorry. You're a great guy, but please. I have more things to show. Oh, I'm talking about the debug menu. Oh, yes, I do, Hollow. Thank you for noticing. Are you also aware of the fact that it is a ghost sword? Spooky, right? I know. Magic. Oh, and are you also aware that this is not the Dark Silver set? This is, Garl Vinland's set. The armor that he wears. And, of course, it appears as fluted leggings because those are index IDs. Yes. Oh, you're Xeno Eterna. Hey, Xeno. I had no idea who you were. Yeah, I'm just going over debug. I already went over. I already have gone over all of the main menu. I'm just going over the in-game functions right now. So that's what's happening here. I'm currently just changing values and stuff in game to see what's happening. Should that not be me? Oh, it is me, I bet, because that's my max HP, but only whenever I'm human. I bet if I use a Stone of Ephemeral Eyes, it will actually, all of that will take effect. Yeah, that's probably the case. Or not? Perhaps? Maybe not. Who is that then? Weird. It's not me, because if I weren't updating, then it wouldn't be moving. So where am I? Strange. I am here somewhere, mark my words. It's not me. These are not me, rather. Maybe I am one of these. Maybe I just don't realize. There's no way. What? It is me. Okay, I guess stamina consume was just off. But yes, this is me. If you hold square, by the way, when you're changing values in the debug menu, if you hold square and you change them, it'll change them in 100 increments. 100 value increments. Be careful not to kill yourself, though, because it can go to the very top of a value, and then it will wrap back around, and if, like, you're messing with your HP like I am, and you accidentally go over, you'll be -1 HP, and you'll kill yourself. Not a joke. I can actually play different animations with this too. You can change your Havoc properties, you can change other properties like gravity, so you can technically go outside of bounds. If you have collision enabled, you can't, but you can also disable that. I just can't directly think of where at the moment. By the way, Xeno, mind the frame rate. It's just something I have to deal with. Alright. So, I do want to show off some unused cutscenes. However, I don't have the IDs for them. So I feel like if I were, it would just be more trial and error and me searching. So I don't really know if I want to do that so much. Oh, by the way, a tip is if... Wait a second. Oh. There's a section somewhere here. Huh. There is a place where you can disable the... Or you can enable the extended debug menu. I don't exactly remember where it is. I thought it was in there. But it allows you to access the rest of the animation values. Can't exactly remember where it is. That does nothing. This is the special effect manager, which is really cool because it allows you to apply effects to yourself. You can also clear them, like I just did. Those ones that were cycling at the bottom were active effects that I had. I'll change this to something like, let me go check the dump real quick. Disappeared into the wall in 4-1. When he's standing on the wall overlooking the Arkstone, and you hit him, he just walks to where you can't see him. I could show that, but I'm not really sure what you mean. Not really as much as you'd think, Jill, by the way, because if you're, and yes, as you know, I'm using RPCS3. Not as much as you'd think with cutscenes, Jill, because if you're in an area that doesn't have a cutscene, or like if you try to load a cutscene ID for a different area that you're not in, it will just display, like the map will just be invisible because it loads like a temporary scene from a map that's not loaded. So it will just be like blank, it'll just be taking up time pretty much. I want to actually check effect. Ah, here we are. I could have sworn 4 should have been the SOS sign, aka I think it's co-op sign. Probably not able to do that due to the lack of multiplayer. Oh, that's something, by the way. Yeah. Because I'm able to apply effects directly to myself. 13 is the system activation test for False King of Lance Soul Drain. So you can just drain yourself of all soul levels if you really want it. I don't see why. I was at like soul level 330 before, and something's gone down. I don't know what it was, you know. But that goes for any effect in the entire game. So if you wanted to test it, that would be the place to do it, like for sure. Really? That's weird. Wait, so he's... That's really bizarre. I'd never seen that, actually. Are you talking about, like, the archway, like, at the very beginning, in front of the skeleton, the first skeleton? Like that, like, stone archway or whatever? Because that's a really weird place for him to be at, up there. Oh, I can change my character type. Yes, that's something really nice I've been wanting to do for a while. I have not been able to find the addresses. I can change my character type and my team type like this, easily. And yes, by the way, there is a ghost character type. In case you didn't realize, that's what the ghosts use. They're pretty much duplicates of characters from other people who are actually playing, but they're copied. Like their entire like weapon set and stuff is copied over to a character in your world, but he's pretty much intangible, for lack of a better word. That's soul form. That's a different kind of ghost. Can't remember what kind of ghost. Oh, I bet that's a bloodstained ghost. I don't know what I'm talking about. So it only goes up to 10. Interesting. Did not know that. This is all really interesting to me. Might not be interesting to you. You can change your index IDs directly. All of these, actually. I actually have all of these, I have all these addresses already. That's why I've been able to add these. But you can change them directly if you wanted. But there's a setting that you have to enable. I can't remember exactly. You can place this. Yeah. That's something interesting. I will say though, if you have the debug menu, don't abuse it online, because if you do have the debug menu, you can actually change like server-wide settings, and that you can influence things by well, you can see it right here. You can create blood mark, and though you can't see it right here, I'm like 90% certain that that's creating a blood stain in somebody else's world. Like it's creating a server-based blood stain for like someone that's died, but really it's just, well, obviously nobody's died and you're just putting it there. It won't, it obviously, like, it's not like you could spam it and it would overload it, but it would just be like abusing it, you know? So like you could have them in impossible places and it would just let the whole world know that you're cheating anyway, so I mean, just don't be abusive. Please. Yeah, Jill, pretty much. I will say though, even though the sign is here, other people wouldn't be able to see it unless they change their multiplayer area ID. Because the way it works is every area in the game has a multiplayer area ID, and for the areas of the game that aren't multiplayer enabled, where like you can't summon people, i.e. the Nexus, their IDs are set to 0 or -1. I can't remember which one it is, or they just don't have one. Or no, it's not set to 0 or -1. Each one has them, but they're multiplayer enabled. Like each one has a flag for it. Anyways, the point is, if you wanted to be able to do PvP in the Nexus, you could. But both people would have to freeze their multiplayer area ID to that of a different area that is multiplayer enabled while in the Nexus. So it's pretty much tricking the game into thinking that you're in a place that does have online, when really you're actually in the Nexus or wherever, you know. That's pretty much the science behind that, how it works. Let's see what else we have here. Player number, kick out. That's the kick out function for removing a phantom from your world. And yes, you can do that directly, like instantly. I'm trying to figure out exactly. Wait a second. Oh, yeah, you can ragdoll yourself. I forgot about that. There's a function in the debug menu to ragdoll yourself. So technically, if you wanted to, you could just like, you know, go somewhere. Walk up to a ledge. Just fall. Oh, I actually stuck in the ground down there. That is interesting music for the circumstances. What is that? Is that the Bowser fight? Anyways, so there's that. I'm trying to figure out how to enable the extended debug menu for those, because otherwise you can't necessarily do that. By the way, if you want, whoever recommended it, I think it was Hollowed, you wanted to see the what was it? You wanted to see the Massive Hawks and Shrine of Storms. I can't exactly remember what you're talking about off the top of my head, but I can go and look. And because I have debug, I can just technically change my coordinates if I have CE open. Otherwise, I don't think you can change your coordinates via the debug menu because it's finicky like that. But CE is great for that, so. Oh, those? I see it like already. Like automatically. Yeah, those things. Where's the bird though? I could have sworn there was a hawk. Because I remember I saw like an old video of Gibbed loading one of them. Hold on a second. If those are characters, maybe I could load them. Or take control of them and see them up close. Let's see, you're being character manager. What is lot simulator? Actually, I think I already know what lot simulator is. Oh! Yeah, lot simulator is like a test. It's like a test simulator for item drops from enemies. Because if it generates from item a lot param, which is enemy drops. That's cool. Voice crack. Where am I looking for? Oh, there's a bullet manager? No way. That is so cool. Sorry, I'm getting off topic. Okay. I'm looking for character manager. Those things up there should be interesting. They should load. What is this? Something way down there that is irrelevant to me. What is that thing? That's the thing. That's loaded. Also millions of miles away. Weird. Where are these things? Oh, by the way, disregard that because I changed that's character ID. That should just be a regular black skeleton. Nothing too fancy. That's a stingray, of course. So it looks like 5031 are the stingrays. Oh, it almost crashed or something. Or not crashed, but it was like, you saw it. These must just be skeletons for 21. So it must be something else, like this. Might have to go through a lot of these. That's a crystal lizard, weirdly enough. Or, that's also a crystal lizard. I don't even think I even knew that one was there. That almost crashed also. Probably don't fool with that one. Here we are. This must be at the bird that you're talking about. This is it. That's so weird. I can't control the camera, by the way. I just am the bird. So strange, though. You know, I don't think I've ever, Let's, I want to actually kill this bird. As evil as that is. They only have 16 HP. How could you, people? They're so weak. Fall. And it went through the map, so it's pointless. I have never noticed those birds, like, just watching them. I wonder, is the hawk in the Shrine of Storms there? I don't think so. What is 1030? Isn't that like a snake soldier or something? What's the Vanguard? That's probably Grave Robber Blige. What? Oh, is this where Satsuki is? Is that what you're talking about? Oh, what? I had no idea he was up there. What? That's so strange. I could shoot him down with like a bow, but I'd have to change the index ID of my... Frame rate's gonna make this annoying. Oh. Okay, no problem. That is weird. There are so many things about this game I just don't remember. Apparently. I don't know if they drop arrows. Do they? You know, I have a crossbow. Oh, if I could hit him from here, that'd be ridiculous. Oh yeah, I can't shoot them because it's trying to shoot the sword on my back. Never mind. I guess I just will have to go up there then. Unless I do have a bow. Do I have a bow? I do, but do I have arrows? No. Okay, I'm shit out of luck. Alright. How about this? I go up there. So you say if you hit him, somehow. He just falls off. Where though? Where the fuck? What am I trying to do? Okay. Yeah. It's this one at the bottom if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's it, alright. That'll enable me to find those values right there, though, incredibly easy, those two. The coordinates and the rotation. What am I doing? Oh, you can change the talk ID of somebody? That's so strange. I'm just kind of freaking out about everything, apparently. It's just because it's all so fascinating and so very useful. Like, it might not be useful to you, but this is where I've been having to search through memory, like sift through just tons upon tons of memory. I haven't been able to find a lot of things like that because they're very specific values that are incredibly difficult to get. But with that, I can just search directly from those. It'd be like just a piece of cake. Ow. I think this is enough height. Not the best way of getting up here for sure. I could just change my coordinates, but I don't have the values like in my table yet. Okay, so something to note first of all, apparently, is that the ground is below him, meaning that the hitbox must be, or the whatever, not hitbox. The collision must be fucked. You can't interact with him. So you say I should just you say if you hit him he just falls. So where should I hit him? Is there a specific way? Or just whack him? He walks behind the wall. Okay. Should I just hit him? Is that what you're saying? Maybe he. All right, I'll do some damage. What happened to my catalyst? Wooden will do for now. Maybe it's supposed to stagger him or something. Is it like a damage threshold where he like does an event where he walks away or something? Maybe they made him like walk behind the wall and then unload because you're attacking him. Man burns other man while insane music plays in background. This should be doing way more damage. You must just have a ton of HP. Should I guess I can whack him. Oh, that stun locked him. Oh yeah, weird. I was right, I guess. That's so strange. I guess when you hurt him, he's like, no, I'm not gonna be allied with you anymore. And I guess he's just made to walk away. It's so weird. Though I can see why. He does just walk behind the wall. You know, now that I think about it, I don't think I can get down there. Actually, yeah, I can. Probably. Can't I teleport them? Or something? That's so strange, though. Did not know that. I might actually just have to kill myself. If I could activate my animations, gosh, that would be so useful. There should be like a thing for the stuff. I don't know what I mean by stuff. It extends it. The debug menu. It does. Don't know what it's called though. It could be in Japanese, like entirely. Disable index. It's also a thing. Did that skeleton down there die? Okay. Does not matter. I can just kill myself, technically. Oh, actually, I actually want to see if I can try to kill myself with in game, because there is like a. That's not it. Oh well, whatever. I will just do the honors. Yeet. That's that. Yeah, he has done that. That's what that is a thing. That's what he was using, by the way, is debug. You can actually do that without debug, though. There is a stay animation value. The problem is that with demons, it's not the same, and it's kind of primitive, so the reason he's able to access it is because in Dark Souls 1's debug menu, there's it's like a separate function that enables the rest of the debug menu, and it actually applies values to the animation header. Although I cannot find that here. So that's why I cannot play animations. At the moment, I can get them though, and I can just play whatever I want, you know. So, maybe. You can actually also change point light values. And apparently not in debug though. I have done that before though. Objects that load as like actual controllable characters for some reason. I like that skeleton down there. He's happy. Wait, drop item. Really? No, 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 no. No way. Maybe that's like part of the item drop function. There are stuff. 3-2. I don't think I even have 3-2 yet, but I do have. Actually, yeah, I killed the Fool's Idol on this character. Okay, I can do that. And if not, I can also just load 3-2 directly from the map select, so. You know, I will also do a separate stream of this eventually. Where I'll be showing the Northern Limit maps for those of you who haven't seen it. Though I do find it kind of strange if any of you have not seen the Northern Limit maps so far, because, I mean, they're pretty public. You know? Wolf showed them off. A certain individual I will not name showed them off. Gibbed showed them off. Gibbed actually showed part of the second map, too. That's something. Intense loading. It might be building shaders. I will take requests, by the way. Hey, Copper. A little late to the party. That's alright. Oh ho! I think that 3-2 might lag the most out of any area. Though, you know, I could technically disable that Copper style. And funny that you would just join Copper because I'm pulling a U. By the way, this is all of the objects and characters in 3-2. I can do that, by the way. I'll do that for you. Though it probably wouldn't be in the same vein. Which this music is really interesting for this area. I will do that once again. Yeah, it's got some tentacles. Yeah, it kind of does, but RPCS3 is still CPU intensive, so, you know. It's mostly the SFX, so it does help a little bit when everything is turned off. What if I just disable effects only? Nothing. Okay. I'm going to do a very juked run through of this area with no gravity. What am I doing? Oh yeah. I keep on forgetting because I look for character insert because I'm used to DS1 debug. It's traveling at 2 FPS. Can you make it? Probably. Ooh. Ugh. It's so bad. I don't think they even had debug play speed with this at this point in time. It's so primitive. Like, I don't even know. Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. I've talked about that a little bit. You can find addresses incredibly easy. You missed quite a bit of this. I showed off all of the main menu and stuff. It's really cool. Hey, you know something I just realized about that? If you can tell through the lag, it's like it's yellow, like in the same vein as like the old monk's robes. Weird. I bet there are lore implications to that. Maybe. Small, but probably makes sense. You know? Oh, that's so weird. They put an invisible barrier here at the very top of this. Lag. Okay. I will murder the acolytes. Slow stab. Slow stab. It's a slow burn, the Dragon's Bone Smasher is. But boy, it's beneficial. The big stab. I almost forgot about the cutscene. Will the cutscene be as bad as in-game? Yeah, it works, Copper. It works. Huh? Oh. Oh, it's compiling shaders, that's why. The humongoloid heart throbs and pulsates. The music is awkwardly fitting for the terrible, terrible FPS I'm getting. If I can, like, get to the man-eaters. Oh, I actually want to try to control the man-eaters. What is this place? Is this what I think it is? Oh, this is actually the man-eaters boss fight. Okay, but we're not here for that yet. I was going to go there, but I just remembered. We're not here for that. So, what was it, yeah, it does. The heart hands. What was it exactly that you were looking for, Hollowed? You were, the giant tentacle that blocks your path in 3-2? Actually, yeah, I know what you're talking about now that I think about it. It's like at the very bottom, isn't it? Like I have to take the elevator where Yurt is to go down. Oh. First I want to not die, preferably. Please. Do I actually take damage? Because earlier it was not having any effect. I do take damage. It must not care. I guess the moral of the story is just don't die, you know? When the no damage and no dead functions in debug don't do anything. Is my gravity still disabled? Don't think so. Maybe. Maybe it's just not lifting off the ground at any point here. No, it wasn't enabled. Yes, Copper, but do not complain. Will I dodge a death barrier here? The music. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Also, I just think I made a grave decision coming down here. Because now I'm at, like, the base of the heart. And I have no idea why I decided to do that. Well, minor rip. Can I even get out of here now? I guess this is what it looks like down here when the heart's still up there. Just a bunch of towering tentacles. There's like whatever it's called. Oh, you know the FPS makes it almost unbearable. Almost. I think I might have to die. Yeah, just maybe. I think I just might have to die. It's potentially. Unless, okay, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna port my coordinates. Over. So wait, that's X. X and stuff. Believe me, Copper, that does not work. I have tried. And it's just... like, it does not work. It just doesn't go to that low of an extent where it can run properly from that point. Alright. Here's the deal. It would take a while and probably be CPU intensive if I tried to find coordinates. So we're just gonna die. That's all that's gonna happen. We're just gonna die. I could go for some unused cutscenes here, also, if I really wanted to. Q. Does that mean, is that world tendency, I wonder? Wait, is this area? Oh, it can't be. It's 216. This is something Sweet Tree Galaxy. Whatever it's called. It's the one with all the candy. There's a lot of stuff here that I don't know. Yes? Wait a second, Lua console debugger. Oh, hold up a second. Wait a second. What is the Lua console debugger in reference to this? What does it do? That's so weird. Is it? Oh. Because this is the theme in Mario Galaxy. That plays in Toy Time Galaxy. Not Toy Time Galaxy, that's a different one. It's the one with like all the candy. What the fuck? Why is there a Lua console? Okay, I don't care, that's cool. This is Toy Time Galaxy, funnily, coincidentally. Interesting that they have a Lua debugger that can connect. Oh! This must be the max emitted. This is really cool. These are, wait, bullet emitter. Woohoo. Bullet insert? Can I add some? How about this? Game. Oh, it actually tells you, like, all of the information about bullets, too. That's so cool. Awesome. Nice. I'm sure some of you probably don't know what bullets have to do with anything. It's pretty much what the game uses for projectiles, if my voice would avoid cracking. That is really cool raycasting. Huh? Oh, I kind of messed up. Was that 3? It's fire spray, Copper. It's better than anything you have. That's for certain. I don't think I can get it to 3 anymore directly. That's sad. Nope. It's just bamboozled. Oh well. What is this? It tells you the bullet count until desync. That's really nice. Alright. There's a lot of stuff here I just don't like to see. Oh, by the way, yes, you can create replay ghosts. That's why there were fake developer made ghosts in tutorials and stuff, that's because that's what they used. I don't know if there were any of those in Dark Souls 1, but this is where that came from when they ported the thing over. I wonder if that's like server side. If you did it online. With your phone. I mean, if you want to try, it'd probably be really painstaking because there's like a lot of really specific characters. Also, isn't there like 3,000 characters? Yeah, there is copper, but I mean, like, what I'm saying is I don't know if they used it. Because they could have just ported it over and didn't remove it, you know? Because I don't recall any replay ghosts being in Dark Souls 1. I know there are in Demon Souls because I've seen them. And, like, even if you're offline, they're there. Oh, this is for all of the areas. Oh, cool. I don't know why I'm finding it so cool. I just think it's pretty awesome. There's this much. This much. Are those anyways? Oh, wouldn't it be awesome if you could change the script files? Wouldn't it be in like, what is task? Something that crashed the game. Okay. I see. Thanks, game. I almost exited out of OBS on accident. Here in a little bit, though, after I do a little bit more, I'm going to go end the stream here. I will stream again, though, with this when I do load the Northern Limit maps and I repair the Lua-BND files for those, because that's what causes them to crash. I was unsure before because I went through with all the proper steps, and I actually spoke with Gibbed about it, and the reason they load infinitely if you're like using it with RPCS3 is because the Lua-BND files need to be rebuilt. So that's why that happens. I want to try to get some cutscenes going. I also want to try to change the talk IDs of some NPCs to see if we can possibly get some unused dialogue. Though I also, like, really quickly, at the same time, want to open up talk params so I know what I'm looking at and what to look for. See, like, what IDs there are, you know? Random trivia. Did you know that there's an unused NPC that appears in the Nexus? Well, there's Nexus script data. I don't know about what else, but her name is Monoshiri in game data. I don't know what she says because she doesn't have unused, or she doesn't have dialogue, but she exists. She wears the thief set and like some other thing. I haven't heard this version of the Gateway Galaxy. What are people saying? You're a terrible copper. Okay. Yeah, she is. Couldn't remember what it was called. Alright. It's not Mephistopheles, by the way, though she may look like that. It just loaded for some reason. This is what you would go on if you wanted to play with the Sony server instead of From Software's debug server. So that's probably not a good idea. There are 6 viewers. That's quite a bit for my stream. Okay. I'll switch up characters. Why not? Oh, by the way, something interesting about this character is I have the unused, well, used/unused Maiden in Black hairstyle for this character. I changed the hairstyle of this character. It's like the Maiden in Black's hair. It's like, but it's shorter. It doesn't have as long of a ponytail. I don't know where she is. I actually might not even have the Arkstone unsealed, so she could not even be here. There's a small chance. I might just switch over from this character. Well, I don't really have to. I can just do what I'm trying to do right here. But yeah. What intro? What are you talking about? Oh, I don't want to watch the whole intro. Too much time. Interesting. Wait a second. There's talking time? That's so weird. What? Oh, it's so strange. So wait, there's like a time after talking to somebody in which you can do whatever. It's so weird. It also updates your movement? What? So you can't move. Wait, yes you can. What? I don't understand what that's supposed to be for. Very weird. What are these? Untalk? I would like to untalk somebody. Oh, now talking ID. I want to talk to somebody. Who am I talking to? I'll just go with a random ID because I haven't dumped the list yet. There was an update, wasn't there? That does not update? That's movement update. Okay. How about this? I just changed characters' talk IDs. My pants are... Yeah, wizard leggings. Pants. I think I just created this character and didn't do anything. Yeah, that must be the case. I want to talk to Thomas, or I want to change his dialogue to something. Don't know if it would even work that way. I'll test. Every time I look for them. Who's who? By the way, something interesting is, in this, like in the Nexus, it loads the models for both False King of Land and Old King of Land. Yes, False King of Land. I have no idea why. He's like way over somewhere. Don't know where. Unloads the map. No clue why. That's not him, I don't think, anyways. Somebody, though. Somewhere. Way down there. Probably. Is this Thomas? It is Thomas. Cool. What can I do with you, Thomas? Wait a second. I can change his AI. Oh yeah, I knew that. Every enemy has that. This is a nice, interesting music. Spooky. I didn't know he had an SFX variation ID. So wait, this is Thomas. Thomas has that much. He doesn't have that much stamina. Yeah, interesting. Okay. I want to make him evil. No, actually no. You can just do all the regular things, so. Okay, anyways, where's the, there should be a talk ID. Aha. He's 687. Bear that in mind. And now he's 690. Will that impact anything? 690 must not be a valid talk ID. Guess he can't speak now. Or maybe it's perhaps because I changed his character type. That could also be why. I'll see why. I don't remember what it was last time. I think it was like 7. Something. Oh. Yeah, pretty much. Through debug. Well, he doesn't have, Wolf didn't have debug, but he was, he checked, yeah, what was it called? There's a param that shows all NPC statistics and character statistics. It's, I don't think it's character param, but it has a, I think I'm gonna actually have to, let me actually stop the music. That's pretty much all I wanted to show, though. That was a lot to cover. There are more debug functions that I have yet to test out. There's actually also, I think there's a little bit more that I didn't go over, just very slightly, but that's the core basis of what you can expect to get out of the Demon Souls debug menu, and pretty much any debug menu in the Souls series, including Dark Souls, Dark Souls 3, and Bloodborne. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. This VOD will be up for anybody who has not watched it. You can watch this later on. I don't know when it will be updated. I've been streaming for an hour and 31 minutes. When as I stated earlier, when I actually rebuild the Lua-B&D files for both Northern Limit 1 and Northern Limit 2, I will stream both of those for the world to see again. So yeah, I'm actually going to go take a shower. So yeah, thank you guys for watching.